Yo, J6 here, back with another video, and today I am going to give my thoughts on the Panthers 2025 NFL Draft. Now, you probably heard me say Panthers, but I'm wearing a Ravens shirt. Yeah, don't mind that. It's probably the only shirt I could find. I'm in the process of moving. That's why you see my shoe boxes off the wall. Painters about to come in and do their job and anything. But anyway, back to football. I just wanted to bust this video out real quick before I head to class. Give my thoughts real quick on Dan the Man and how he pretty much knocked it out the park. Pretty much just gonna dive right into it. We all know so far. That's it. Also, I got my notebook right here just in case I get off topic. Trying to keep me on track. But yeah, Ted, I never thought Dan was going to do it. I didn't think he was going to, pick him. I didn't have him nowhere near my mock drafts. Go check those out for me. But the way him and Dave Canales talked about the current wide receiver core, you would have thought like, hey man, we're gonna give XL, the offseason to grow. Gonna give Coker to grow. Thielen is gonna kind of still be our wide receiver one, but they said scrap all that. Scrap all that. He didn't care what Steve Smith said about Ted. He trusted his gut, his gut department, Dave's vision. Pretty much the one that he probably had was part of the Bucks and maybe probably Seattle too. But yeah, I'm super happy that we got him. Bryce gets that big body, long wingspan wide receiver like the Bucks got, like the Falcons got. And we ain't gonna talk about the Saints because they in disarray. But anyway, but Tech can come in, he doesn't really have to necessarily be the number one guy right away. Thielen and Bryce still got an awesome connection. XL and Coker should take a step forward so he can come in. Let's see, probably get 700 yards, maybe 4 or 5 touchdowns, and as he, learns, gets better at his route running. And he has awesome teachers, Adam Thielen, he's right there. Dave Canales is quote unquote wide receiver guru, so, he has help. He has no choice but to get better. Moving on, Nick Scorton. Not gonna lie, I thought he deservedly I thought he was gonna be in the first round. I really thought him and Shamar Stewart, the other defensive end or outside linebacker, however you look at him, out of Texas A&M, I thought they should have swapped places. But potential and freakish athleticism, I guess, moves you in front of the line today. But hey, it's still for us. I think Dan traded up to get him. So and he's gonna play around 257, 260. He's Purdue weight where he was dominant. He was a monster. But him gaining and losing the weight just shows you how dedicated he is. Hey man, just tell me what to do, what vision you have for me, I'll adjust. So yeah, but what I've been hearing about him and seeing from a couple games that I watched throughout the year. Powerful hands. His get off is quick. Not really a top run defender, but he can be. I think he can be. With time, especially with DJ Wanham and Clowney still on the team. So definitely he could probably not necessarily be our number one pass rusher, but that's because of the next pick I'm about to talk about. But definitely be a piece to defense. But yeah, super happy that we got him. Now, this next pick, Princely, I'm going to just going to call him You the Man. You heard it here first. I know his name's not hard to announce, but when I look at his name, I just can't help but say You the Man. And he probably will be. More of a speed rusher, more of a natural outside linebacker. So you got, the power and Nick Scorton. And then on the other side, you got the speed. So kind of like throw the offensive schemes off. You don't know who is doing what. But yeah, seen him play at Florida before he transferred to Ole Miss. Again, no, watch the film, watch the tape. Man had what 10 sacks this past season, so super happy that he fell to us in the third round. But Dan said enough of the sliding. Let's go get him. Round 4, we drafted Trevor Etienne. Now, this is the only one that kind of puzzled me, but I get it. I do get it. Chuba, workhorse, running back, numero uno. Pretty much got tired down the season. We fixed that by signing Rico Dotto, so we got a 1-2 punch there, but we didn't really have like a third or emergency running back. Yes, I know Blackshear just got resigned like a month and a half ago, but Dan wanted to create competition. She's like, hey man, I resigned you and everything, but you've been here too long. You've been part of the losing too long. I need to see if you gonna be our kick returner, pass catching, and that's what Trevor Etienne brings. I'm not gonna compare him to his brother over there in Jacksonville. No, I think they're two completely different running backs, but he can still help. Definitely can still help, if not special teams. Also still in the round 4, Lathan Ransom. Harding, first off, the Ohio State national champ. Knows what it takes to win. Overcame adversity. I think he said he broke his leg at 2023. Came back, stayed with it, stayed on the grind, and that's how he got here today. Just perseverance. But hard hitting safety, more of a box, I guess. More fluid. So I know we signed Morig in the offseason, so maybe one of them play free safety. Also, I don't know what Richardson is now, but hey, Dan said competition everywhere. Yeah, congratulations to Richardson last year for making that undrafted free agent, but that's cool now. I'm gonna need you to do it again, and this time, step up the game. So Dan's trying to speed this development process up. I'm super happy that we got some depth there. I ain't gonna say it's well rounded. So I think we're still missing that ball hawk, but Dan can probably do that next drive, or with the Blackman and the free agent that I think we brought in. So I don't know. I don't think Dan's finished. But anyway, good job. Cam Jackson, my favorite out this pick, because if you watch Big Boy Talk with Big Reg.
You had anybody specific that you felt definitely improved their draft spot?
I want to say, and I might be biased, but Cam Jackson. We went over the combine, and I wanted the Panthers to draft Cam Jackson. Talked about him a lot. He's a nose tackle, but he can move. He's not just a run stuffer. He's not really a pass rusher either yet. He can't be. But big boy, move. 6'5", 6'6", around 350. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, I think Dan probably had enough. Probably see what the Buccaneers are doing. I love Vita Vea. I love his game. And then I want to say the Bucs drafted Kalaja Kancey, but definitely helping the D line. Like, we get Derek Brown back. We signed either it's Billy or Bobby Brown the third. I don't know. We signed him. Nose tackle, knows what to do. Handle double teams. Warren, the pass rush and defensive tackle. Shia Tuttle, that's for another video. Ashawn Robinson didn't do terrible, but can probably step it up this year. Then we get Cam Jackson, so that D line, the interior D line is Dan said I'm not having it. I'm not having it no more. We ain't gonna be pushovers. So we definitely are creating a wall, and I love it. I love the pick. Mitchell Evans, again, one of those but I get it. Tommy Tremble, I think you paid him $8 million per year. That's probably just for being here, just for thanks for trying. Thanks for not dropping that pass. That Bryce threw you wide open, by the way. But I don't think Dan nor he should be satisfied with the tight end room. Drafted Jatavian Sanders last year, so it's a promise. Got hurt, but that's not enough. Tommy Tremble, could probably has improved, but Again, that's not enough. Now bring in Mitchell Evans. No inline blocker. Got some solid hands. Made some crazy catches for Notre Dame this past season. So really got some well-rounded people in that room. So no more of just, hey man, you're just a blocking tight end. Hey man, you're just a pass catch tight end. No, I need you to do it all. We might run some two tight end sets. Who knows? But Dan said, Bryce, I can give you all the weapons. It is not going to be my fault you don't succeed this year. All right? I'm doing all I can. All right, last pick, Jimmy Horn Jr., one of the fan favorites, mine too, especially if you watch the Colorado show this past season or for the past 2 years. Jimmy Horn, electric. It's not a world beater, but that twitchy, that small guy, twitchy. That some people, not some, maybe all teams need. I don't know, but super good to get value in the 6th round. Again, another piece to the wide receiver room. Hey man, the wide receiver room, like this offseason and training camp, leading into the preseason game is going to be fun to watch. Like super crazy talent. But compared to last year's draft, XL Brooks, who's going to probably miss all of this year, Trevor Wallace. I remember Dan trained up to get him. I noticed that he didn't get a linebacker in this draft. I know we signed one to a 1-year deal in the offseason, but I'm not going to really harp on that too much because if Dan, a former linebacker himself, a pretty good one, doesn't really see like, a reason to trade up for a linebacker, hey man, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Jatavion Sanders, we talked about him, a piece to this tight end room, who's going to be the guy who's going to be dependable as the number 2 guy, catch that surprise touchdown in the red zone. So Charles Smith-Wade, I also noticed that we didn't draft our cornerback. Kind of odd. Charles Smith-Wade is going to be, I want to say, our nickel, and the depth behind us, questionable, but I'm gonna let Dan Duke figure it out in training camp. Just saying. JC finally had played like 13 to 14 games this past, but hey, do it again. Mike Jack, good season for us. He's gonna be the QB too. So hopefully Double E realizes that, like, hey man, if the other team, I don't care if we play his own or whatever, JC needs to stick on the number 1 guy. No more of just Mike Jack sticking on, DK Metcalf, those number 1 types. We paid JC Horn. Now let him shadow whomever. I don't care what we're doing. Yeah. Jaden Crumby. Why must he keep saying Jaden Crum?
Okay, don't hurt yourself.
ED. Jaden C. Whatever. D lineman. I want to say he's out of Mississippi State. Last year, didn't really get to see the field that often. I was kind of hurt. Dan's like, hey man, that's cool. I'm sorry that you were hurt, but yeah, we gotta speed this up. So whether you can be a piece or you can get cut or traded, you know what I'm saying? Dan ain't playing this year. And the last pick, I ain't gonna harp on it. Traded him to get Mike Jack. So thank you. But all in all, I think Dan had a fantastic draft. I think so. Other content creators think so. The media, except for my Mel Kiper's, hating behind. Yeah, it was a C+. I don't know how we got a C+. Like, we got a potential number 1 wide receiver. We added 2, not 1, but 2 outside linebackers. Potentially, a starting tight end if he wins this competition. Like, Dan added competition. The focus this season was, Dan said, it is not going to be my fault. Dave, I gave you not 1, but 2 quality, if not 3, if you want to count Dylan Coker, wide receivers in the span of 2 years. I gave you some weapons. I drafted. I know last year was my fault. Kind of get ahead of myself with the Jonathan Brooks because he was coming off an ACL injury then. That was my fault. And guess what? I waited to the 4th round, even though he probably should have waited to the 5th or 6th, but that's just me. But yeah, Dan said, and yeah, also to Double E, especially if you can't figure it out with this group, go on. Like, I think this is Everose. last chance. If you can't figure out with this revamp D line, these young bucks, this good mixture of young and old and young blood. There you go. We're gonna find somebody that can handle all these guys, put these guys where they need to be. So yeah, it's kind of like he's kind of looking at Dave too, but more really he guys how Dan looks at sometimes he's really got that look towards Evero the most. But shout out to the front office. They didn't reach they didn't really reach on any of these. They trusted their scouting department. They trusted their gut, with the trade ups, to go get scoring and potentially man. So I'm happy. Now we haven't won the season. Now just gotta figure it out. But it's a start. It is a start. All right. But that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching. Definitely gonna pump out more videos like this soon. Probably throughout the week, if not the month. While I'm in the process of moving, and maybe I'll do a Raven one with the Panther shirt on. I don't know if I can find it. But that's all for now. And remember,
am I good enough now?
You were always good enough, Steve. I don't know where this low self-esteem is coming from, but you need to start believing in yourself.